Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. We are here to do a brand new instalment for you. Will you do us a favour, please, just so I can monitor it? If you enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up, just so that we can monitor it, and if you don't like it, of course, we won't continue to do it. I'm joined by my dear friend, Richard Amofa. Thank you so much for coming. I've been trying to get him in for ages, and he's finally joined us. Richard is from Off the Post News. I'm sure the majority of you know about it, but if you don't, Richard, do you want to just let the people know?
Yeah, so Off the Post News, we focus on the development of young players through news, views and interviews as well. We've done a few of the young Chelsea lads as well, and more so writer at the Telegraph, so keep an eye out for both.
Yeah, and also, as a former youth player himself, he was at Rangers. I used to play with this fella. He's mustard. We played a tournament at Stamford Bridge the other day. We could have really done with him. So the next time we play a big game, you're in. This is a new 3-part series, and it's focusing on the defence, the midfield and the attack. This first episode will focus on the defence, and we're going to talk through the 5 hottest prospects currently at our disposal and who we hope to see in the first team next season. Let's make a start.
Yeah, let's go for it.
And we're going to start with number 5, and our number 5 is the wonderful Jake Clark-Salter. Are you a fan of Jake?
Yeah, Jake's a really good player. Definitely come on leaps and bounds in the past few years. And like I said, you've seen in the Youth Cup and making his first team debut as well. You see the potential really is there.
Nice. Do you think that we're going to see him in our first team next season?
You like to think so. Like I said, you had his debut against Villa, did well, and like I said, he's done well for the 18s and 21s this year. So hopefully, especially when Zuma's still on the way back, you can see him making an impact next season. Definitely.
Oh, brilliant news. Whose style do you think he mirrors? We're not saying that his career is going to be as good as this person, but just to give some people an overview as to the type of player he is. Whose style is he similar to?
I'd compare him to Rio, to be fair. Rio Ferdinand. In terms of, he's really good in the ball, first and foremost. He brings the ball up from the back.
Right.
Looks to find that good pass forward or to the wide men. And his leadership qualities have really come on as well. He is quite like a quiet, not shy, but he's very, humble. He's a humble lad. But, he's definitely, like I said, come on leaps and bounds in terms of his leadership. Like I said, he led the youth team to win the FA Youth Cup as well. So you can see that's progressing in this game as well. So definitely Rio's
great. So this is a blessing to have a player like this around. I think that John Terry had some very positive words to say about him as well.
Yeah, didn't he say he was going to be the future him, didn't he, or something like that, which is a great accolade to have. Really.
Can't ask for more than that, can you? Next up is number 4, and it's a man who I have a lot in common with. I'm talking purely about height rather than footballing prowess, sadly. It's Jay DaSilva. Big fan of Jay?
Yeah, you talk about the height thing. I'm not the tallest as well, so he makes me look a bit taller, which is
great
nice.
News, get him around us.
Yeah, Jay DaSilva, again, for consistency and talent. This guy is definitely up there. he's quick, he's good in the ball, and actually he loves going forward. But also, obviously with fullbacks and stuff, a lot of people get criticised for not being good defensively, but very rarely you'll see a winger get the better of him.
Really?
And that's the most important thing, I'd say. Yeah, definitely.
That's superb news. Conte's famed for favouring wing backs. He is a very good wing back. Do you think that Conte could perhaps utilise him this season?
Yeah, definitely. He's in it for a chance. The only thing against him is, you'd say, his height. Perhaps, but listen, throw him in there, give him an opportunity, and see how he gets on. He definitely provides something going forward, and he has the energy to go up and down that line as well. So he can definitely make an impact.
It's definitely a young man's position as well, isn't it? To fly up and fly back.
Definitely. Yeah.
Do you think the height thing is an issue?
I think teams will definitely try and target it, but he knows himself. Teams have tried to use that against him already, and he comes out on top.
Yeah.
Most of the time, maybe 9, even 10 times out of 10. So, if he can cope at that level, why not give him an opportunity and see how he gets on the senior level as well?
Absolutely. This is really exciting. I'm really pleased. Our youth team is so strong. Let's just hope that Conte can utilise it. Does his style remind you of anyone, someone who perhaps we are more familiar with?
It'd be easy to say Ashley Cole, wouldn't it, in terms of just consistency and getting forward, and also his defensive play as well. So I'd say Ashley Cole would be the best comparison, which is massive, but I think he's that good.
Yeah, I'm not sure a compliment gets any bigger. Great news, Jay DaSilva. Number 3, and we seem to be very blessed at the back. This is great news because our defence was quite shaky last year at times. So the fact that we have a player of Tomori's quality in and around the first team, wonderful news.
Fantastic. This again is someone who's really improved in the last 12 months. you growing up, you know, he always had the talent there, but he did get caught out a lot of times, maybe, you know, with the long ball and stuff like that. He's really worked on the defensive side of his game this year. And he scored a lot of goals for the youth team, a lot of key goals as well. Scored in the UEFA Youth League final and the FA Youth Cup final as well. And you know, you saw he made his first team debut the last day of this season.
And looked good.
And he looked impressive. And he's definitely someone who can go all the way, definitely.
Right, so you think that he has a big future? Oh,
definitely, yeah. Whether it's at Chelsea or at another club, but I mean, you like to think Chelsea would give him the opportunity to go on. We've seen him in the first team now. We've seen how he can cope with the pressure, so he can definitely go all the way.
Wonderful. And what kind of playing style does he have? Who does he remind you of?
Well, look, he's a goal-scoring centre-back, and you know, Gallas scored quite a lot of goals for.
Judas, you're very lucky that you're getting. It takes a very good friend that can say his name around me. But of course, not taking anything away from William Gallas. When he was on fire,
yeah,
he
and for you guys as well, he did really
was
well.
Fantastic,
so,
yeah, fantastic player. So he's got a touch of the Gallas about him.
I'd say so, but not. He's stable. You know, maybe you could say Gallas maybe kind of goes off to
erratic sometimes, yeah.
You know, Tomori's definitely very much a calming influence at the back and a leader as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what? Sorry to put you on the spot, but if you were to rate his chances, can you see him getting game time next season?
It's a difficult one because obviously you've got Christensen coming back, Terry staying on. But I mean, Zuma's injury does give the young lads a chance to prove that they can be, you know, they can step up and be alongside Cahill, which, you know, whether or not people think he should be the first centre back or not, he probably is going to be.
Yeah.
So you know, you see him pre-season. We'll have a run out, and then we'll see whether he's good enough to kind of stay there.
Fingers crossed. Number 2, and we are going to talk about the wonderful Lorena. I know he's a personal favourite of yours, isn't he? You rate him very highly.
There's a really, I think for consistency, someone to have that much level of consistency at that age is phenomenal. And I mean, he's definitely someone who can go all the way and have a long career in the first team, not just a few games. I think he's a top talent. Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. Who does he remind you of?
Well, there's a debate about this, but I'd say he's Zambrotta. I know it's quite left field, but if you talk about consistency, playing at a good level, you know, 7, 8 out of 10 every game, going forward, defending, you know, strong, quick, and also end product from out wide as well, which is important. I mean, Zambrotta tick those boxes.
Yeah.
So he might not be the most elaborate name, but Zambrotta is a World Cup winner. And you can't take that away
from
him.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I think he can definitely go on to have a really good career in the game.
You know, he's the one that I would really like to see in the first team. I just think that he has what it takes, and yeah, I've been impressed with him every time I've seen him. Nice to see him in and about the first team, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, and our number 1 on this list of defensive hot prospects is Andreas Christensen.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I mean, again, this is a talent. We all know what he can do on the ball. And I like my defender to be good on the ball, but first and foremost, be a defender. You know, defend your goal, and he's got the attributes to do that. You know, he's strong, he's quick, and like I said, he'll put his body on the line to defend the goal, which is the most important thing.
Yeah, he's been brilliant in Germany this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's really matured into a top centre back. To be fair, and you know, you hear things that you know he might be recalled, especially in light of Zuma's injury, and you know whether Terry is going to play a lot next season. So, I mean, who knows? If he does come back, it'll be good for him. But for someone like him, he needs the game time. So, you know, whether a second year out loan might be beneficial for him, you know, only time will tell, really.
I see. Who does his playing style remind you of?
Well, I mean, initially we were talking about Vidic, you know, but I'd say, again, John Terry is a prime example. You know, someone who's willing to put their body on the line to defend the goal. You know, you've seen, you know, captain does that on a regular basis.
Yes, he does.
You know, that's the best kind of compliment you can give him.
And what sort of chances do you rate his chances of getting into the first team next season?
Yeah,
if Chelsea
yeah, definitely. I think, you know, of all of the bunch, he's definitely the pick of the bunch, I would say, especially in the centre-back position. Whether or not he'll get a chance all depends on Conte, whether he wants to bring in new players of his own and stuff like that. But you should definitely have a look at him and see, because, you know, he's done well at Mönchengladbach, and, you know, just give him an opportunity and see how it goes.
Right, that concludes part 1 of this new series. That is our top 5 defensive hottest prospects. If you agree, please comment below and let us know. And equally, if you didn't agree, if there's somebody you think we've missed out or got it wrong or got the order wrong, comment below and let us know. Richard, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Cheers. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
You're too kind. And like I said before, if you enjoyed this series, just so I can monitor it, please give it a thumbs up, just so I know. Go on, you Blues. Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. The news has finally arrived. The news that we've been dreading. It's been one of the worst kept secrets in football, but our hero, the man who we affectionately refer to as being one of us,